What's up, Silver Stackers? Thank you so much for being here. This is Silver Slayer. First things first, my 15-ounce Silver Slayer Deluxe Bundle Kit will be live next week at some point. I have all the silver picked for it. You guys played a huge part in helping me decide what types of stuff I want in there. I'm not going to share the contents of this bundle kit yet, but just know that it is going to be amazing. It's Silver Slayer's bundle kit for a reason, because I got to pick what I wanted, and trust me, I don't think I let you down, especially since I took a lot of your notes and coins that you wanted to see in there as well. So stay tuned. I'm trying to do something really cool with it as well. I'll keep you updated if I can pull that off. Just know that I'm behind the scenes working very hard to give my audience the best silver stacking experience as possible. So let me know in the comment section if you are going to be grabbing one of these 15-ounce Silver Slayer Deluxe bundle kits. I think this is a huge step in the right direction for the silver YouTube community to be heard by these big bullion dealers. I think this is a great opportunity. I'm really excited. Shout out to Bullion Max for allowing me to do this. And, I'm working hard for all of you. That's all I'm trying to say. So a couple days ago, we found out that Comex vaults are emptied. Coin and bars on allocation as ravenous demand for physical silver continues. And oh my gosh, was this article telling. Look at some of the stuff they mentioned in here. Perth Mint's general manager of minted products, Neil Vance, says its silver coins and bars have been on allocation since April of 2020 and are still on allocation to our distributors today. It's been taking 2 years, over 2 years. He says we've been selling every single physical silver coin and bar we can make for over 2 years now. It's been an incredible surge in demand, and it fits in with a lot of the thoughts around precious metals, which is, what people go to in times of economic uncertainty. Look at this as well. In the last 12 months, Perth Mint sold 981,000 ounces of gold, but at the same time sold 17.8 million ounces of silver. And then another article came out. Perth Mint sees solid global demand for gold and silver bullion. That's just the Perth Mint. But we also know, beyond just all of that, the Comex vault, there's a lady, this billionaire from Texas, that just bought 900,000 silver eagles, a $50 million order, and actually the order was over 1 million ounces. The rest was in constitutional silver, aka junk silver, and even some gold. And the most shocking part is that she said she'll be placing billions of dollars in orders, and that was only the first. Well, she just bought in one order what the Perth Mint sold in 1 year. And $50 million is a lot, but $1 billion is a lot more than $50 million. I don't even think we could comprehend how much bigger of a number 1 billion is than 50 million. And how is all this silver going to be sold to her in physical form? It's not possible, especially when you also see demand from the investment and, most importantly, the industrial sector also booming. There's a lot that we have to go off of for this video, folks. One is, it wasn't just the Perth Mint. The Royal Mint actually came out before the Perth Mint saying that they're seeing record-breaking sales. 76% increase since the beginning, or the first quarter of 2022, from the Royal Mint. And that made sense because Britannia's, right? Because everyone loves Britannia's. It seems like it's a fan favorite nowadays. Perth Mint, I'm trying to think what coins the Perth Mint would be selling that are so popular. Would it be the koalas? I mean, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. But, I mean, I don't know. I know that Bullion Max, in particular, they cannot keep koalas in stock. That's actually one of the coins that we won't be getting in the deluxe silver bundle kit. I was really sad about that because I love the koalas, but trust me, I made up for it. But anyways, Regardless, the moral of the story is I don't know how we're going to be keeping up with this. This lady is going to clean the vaults out, and you know, we are seeing the beginning finally happen, the beginning of the end. What I've been talking about for all these years, when nobody listened or thought that I was over exaggerating, even though I was showing the numbers in every video, they just must like see my title and thumbnail but don't actually watch the video. If they did, they would see that what I'm saying isn't theorizing. It's not exaggerating. And that's what bugs me the most is, when people will comment or say something and I'm like, you obviously didn't watch the video because everything you're saying I already said in the video. That happens a lot. But regardless, the silver shortage is not a myth. It's happening sooner than I thought. When I always talked about triple digit silver, I would usually say, the year 2025, 2026. That's when, by then it will be blatantly obvious. It can't be swept under the rug. And silver's true price, its natural price, will shine because people will finally see how critical this metal is. But it's seeming like people are already starting to take note of it. And it's 2022. We just now started the Green New Deal. We're just now starting all of this stuff, folks, and we are already seeing a massive shortage. Vaults cleaned out. So imagine, just think of this. Imagine in 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when demand is exceeding 3 billion ounces, 4 billion, because remember, it already exceeded 1 billion ounces this year alone. Imagine, by then, what would the silver shortage look like? What would the supply deficit be? Because if we could barely, skim by on 1 billion ounces, and we know that the EV sector and the solar panel sector is going to be booming times 4, times 5 by the year 2030. I mean, every automobile company will be an electric vehicle by the year 2030. Solar panels will be flooded. 5G towers covering, and those are just 3 of the elements to many, several. It's not possible. It's not possible. So you got to get in before the curve. If you're an investor, you got to get in before the curve, because most people will get in during or after the curve when it's too late. They will miss the boat. At least they will be transferring fake money into real money, but they'll be paying a lot more for that real money. A lot more. And by then the dollar will be even more worthless. So that's more time that their money will be burning away. The purchasing power is diminishing, and it's just, we are definitely the ones that people will be wishing that they were us back in these days. People will be wishing 5-10 years from now they could build a time capsule and go back to this year and pay $20, $25, $30 per ounce of silver. Just like people always talk about, man, I wish I could go back in time and be the guy that bought Bitcoin for $100. That's what people are going to be saying about us. And if you don't think that's true, take a $20 bill in your left hand and take a 1 ounce silver coin in your right hand. Tell me which one's more valuable. What can $20 buy you right now? How valuable is that silver ounce? Only 1% of the entire world owns silver, owns precious metals in general. I mean, we're coming in times where if you're not preparing, then you're failing. There is no, I'm just getting by. It's either you're doing great or you're doing terrible. And that all has to do with the financial system collapsing. If you stack silver for trading or bartering, or whether you stack it as another investment off of stocks, or whether you stack it because you're a collector, or maybe you just want to diversify your portfolio, or just found it interesting. Regardless, at least you have silver. At least you have gold. It's so crazy nowadays that people could justify or try to rationalize a reason they would go into crypto or stocks instead of silver, especially silver. Even if there wasn't a silver shortage, I would still be sitting here telling you all to buy silver. Still, but on top of the shortage, low supply, high demand pushes the price up. That needs to go noted. You cannot, you can't, just kind of sweep that off. And anyone who watches my video that actually watches it and doesn't just assume what I'm going to say, you actually watch it through and you don't have a biased opinion on, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about, because I do. If you come in here, open-minded, throw your ego out the door, you will see that it makes no sense not to invest into silver. One, it's an intrinsical type of investment. Two, it's always been valuable and always will be valuable. Three, the dollar's collapsing, making more sense to put your money in something that holds its weight. Four, there's none left. Low supply, high demand pushes the price up. There's none left. If you're investing into something, scarcity is key. If there's plenty to go around, it's not very rare. It's not going to do anything. And to throw things on top of that, there is a direct correlation between silver demand and the price. And if we see demand skyrocketing, what's that going to do to the price? Skyrocket. And it lags a little behind, like I said in my last video, but the price is starting to rise as we start to see these numbers come in. It just makes sense. All the puzzle pieces are here. A lot of people just haven't even tried to put the puzzle together. I'm trying to do that for you all. So, I don't know. I mean, we'll cover this article a little bit. This was written on July 26th, but the Perth Mint definitely is looking like they're coming out to also mention this. Remember, we know what's happened with the U.S. Mint. No one's really, no one's really paying attention to them. Even though they sold 5 million ounces the first month of January this year, I think they sold like 150,000 ounces in June. Down really bad. When we saw the Royal Mint or the Perth Mint like triple, quadruple those numbers, it's looking like people are kind of stepping away from Eagles and going into cheaper alternatives, which makes perfect sense, and I totally think they should be. And let me know if you're doing that as well. But it just looks like it's, people are starting to realize, silver's extremely undervalued. So the start of the second half of the year may have marked a slowdown in demand for bullion gold and in North America, right? That's in North America, but the rest of the world continues to see solid appetite for precious metals, according to Perth Mint. And I wanted to bring this point right here, and this is an interesting thing. Silver price is down in 2022. What gives, right? Because if we're talking about demand, and there's a direct correlation between silver supply and demand, or silver price and demand, sorry, then you should see the price rising. But here's the thing. Silver has a dual role as an investment and an industrial product. First, expectations this year of aggressive rate tightening by the Fed, which has contributed to multi-decade highs with the US dollar's weight on gold, which has obviously affected silver. Second, growing concerns about a recession have impacted base metals, especially over the past 3 to 4 months. Especially silver, given an industrial metal. But that's not something that could be taken, as negative, which it also could be a positive. I see that as the best of both worlds. For example, they're saying an industrial metal, given its industrial importance, is kind of, using it to the decline, but looking forwards, as the industrial sector will be booming digitally and technologically, and silver's used in all of that, that's going to push silver away from gold, and we know there's a huge shortage for silver in the technological world, which is going to make it more valuable, as there's not much of it. And then there's something else they mentioned down here. I wanted to, is it up here? Maybe it's not even in this article, but they were talking about, trying to see. They're talking about how, yeah, it's not in this article. Wait, maybe it is. They were talking about how even though demand and the price is directly correlated, it's not instantaneously. There is a little bit of lag. There's a little bit of lag behind the price. So I think we're starting to see that lag finally catch up from the enormous amount of demand, right? And since demand was high but the price was low at the exact same time, people were saying, well, I guess something's wrong. No, the price just hasn't caught up with it yet. So, and right here, but demand for physical silver, belies the price action, which has seen it lose 16% in value this year. And that's directly to what I could be talking about with the price lagging. And I thought they said it in this article, but it must have been another one. They showed it in my last video. I showed that article in my last video, but I just really want to push the point across that the silver shortage is starting to really get exposed, and that's even more alarming for us because that means that more people are going to hop on the silver bandwagon knowing that this is real now and it's not a myth. Also meaning that demand's going to go higher, it's going to be harder to find, premiums may even go up, but at the end of the day, this is going to push the price up. I want to ask you a question. What do you think by the end of 2022, December, let's say like December 15th through the 30th, 31st of 2022, what will silver's price be, spot price? What do you think the price would be? I could easily see it being $27. Maybe even like 30, 31, 32. I couldn't see it 40. I couldn't even see it like 35 plus. I couldn't. I think that's I just think there's still a lot of room for price stability to take action, meaning even if it goes to 30 in the next couple of weeks, it would have to go back down to 26, 27. At least I hope it does that, because if it goes right to 35, at once in one rally, then it's going to collapse and crash extremely hard. There needs to be price stability. It needs to go to 30 and then 26 and then 33 and then 20, then 28 and then maybe 38 and then 32 and then so on and so forth. And I think we can't do that since it's already the end of July. So given the time frame, I could see it at low 30s, maybe high 20s. What do you think, though? And I would love for you not only to throw the number out, but also throw your explanation on why you think that number will happen. It also could go lower. Who knows? We're living in crazy times, so expect crazy prices. All I know is there's not much, there's not much left of the silver pie. Everyone wants a slice. And once that pie is gone, it's going to be a dog-eat-dog world. All I know is we're going to have it, and a lot of people are going to be wishing that they were us. I'm going to wrap this video up here. I'll post a link to these two articles in the description. The lady that's buying, that bought the 900,000 Eagles and is supposedly going to be spending billions of dollars more on orders, that news itself is really big, and I don't think people understand how big that is. To buy 900,000 Eagles already is causing a massive panic, but $50 million is nothing. That's pennies compared to billions of dollars she said she's going to be placing. Imagine how many Eagles $1 billion would be. That would be, she said 900,000 Eagles, almost 1 million, but that would be millions and millions of ounces, millions of Eagles, millions of bars. We don't have that. That itself could push the price flying. And you want an example? The Hunt brothers did the same thing. They were billionaires. They bought millions and millions and millions of dollars of silver, pushed the price up to $50, the highest price it's still ever been to this day. To this day, what they did pushed the price to the highest it's ever been. And this lady is on a similar pace. So we gotta take note of that. And I'll be covering more of that story as I'm going to be interviewing the person that actually accepted that $50 million order. The guy himself CEO of Miles Franklin, Andy Schechtman, which is the guy that's taking care of this order, is going to come on my channel and talk about this order. So you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it here first, folks. So yeah, anyways, remember the 15-ounce Silver Slayer Deluxe Silver Bundle Kit is going to be live sometime next week. Let me know in the comment section below if you're going to grab one. I didn't put any crazy high premium coins in there. I want this still to be a good deal. You know, I don't want it to be crazy high because I have some coin in there that has a $50 premium attached. It's all going to be, you know, coins like Britannias and, you know, so on and so forth. Stuff like that. So yeah, I'm excited. Hope you are as well. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.